Okay, well, hello Dragon Ball Z fans, this is Sam Khan here. How are you guys today? I am back, as you guys can see by the title of this video. And today I have a special guest for doing this video. This is the first time that I'm ever collabing with someone else, and his name is D3BBZHD. You might go on ahead and introduce yourself, man. What do you do to your channel?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, man. My name is D3, guys. If you guys don't know me, I do a lot of Dragon Ball discussions and gameplays and Let's Plays and all that other good stuff. And I'm back with Samcon today to bring you guys another video. We're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super and our thoughts on this series thus far. So, did you want to go ahead and lead us off, man?
Yeah, definitely I'm going to start with my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super now. I have reviewed some of the episodes this far of Dragon Ball Super. I mean, I've seen them all, to be honest. I think it's pretty good this far. I can't wait for the English dub, to be honest. I don't know how you feel about watching it in Japanese. Does it feel like kind of awkward to you? I don't know.
No, I mean, I personally, I watch a lot of my anime in Japanese. It does not bother me. The only thing that bothers me is I just don't like Goku's voice actor. As funny as it sounds. I just prefer.
And there was also a debate with King Kai's voice actor. I don't know if you know about this. Because he's really old.
He was like, he wasn't doing it right, and he had no emotion. I don't know what was going on with that guy. I saw some videos. I just didn't get a chance to watch them. But I mean, for the most part, I don't really mind the Japanese dub, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, so definitely I can't wait for the dub as well. Now, to get a little bit more into Super, I guess you can say, the one thing that I didn't like this much, besides the fact that it's pretty good as far, I can't complain, but one thing that was my complaint in some of my videos, and some of my subscribers went on it to state me what pretty much was I was wrong on that it doesn't feel like Dragon Ball Z to me. So what is your take on that? Do you feel like Dragon Ball Super, you know, it doesn't resemble the style of Dragon Ball Z animation, you know, and it's taking it to kind of a different route than what Dragon Ball Z did? So some of my subscribers went on it to tell me that, you know, it doesn't supposed to feel like Dragon Ball Z because it's a new series. So they like the direction that it's taking it. So what's your take on this?
Well, I think that Super is its own entity, and what I mean by that is Super is, in fact, they're handling it a little bit differently. I mean, and I talked to a few other people about this before I met you, of course, about like modernization. Like, for instance, in the first couple of episodes, we're seeing like movie cameras and stuff like that, and you know, they're in a mall and they're going out to eat and they're at a luau. Like, there's modernization because it's a newer series, and a lot of people didn't really pay that much attention, but I thought that was awesome. And the tone of the show, it's really nice how they're diversifying it. They're going from, you know, really serious with Beerus talking about destroying planets and stuff like that, to being really wacky, and just they're doing it differently than Dragon Ball Z did. I think that Dragon Ball Z was a great series, but there were moments where Dragon Ball Z was like really, really dark, and I don't think that Super will get that dark because they're also, you know, making Super for like a younger audience. A lot of people that didn't get a chance to see Dragon Ball Z, maybe you've never even seen Dragon Ball Z or Battle of Gods or anything like that. So that's kind of why I'm okay with them retelling the story on a side note, but I just feel like Super is just a little different than Dragon Ball Z, but that's okay because that's the way it's supposed to be. A lot of people would prefer Dragon Ball Z, but
and
I don't
now
know.
That you mentioned that, you know, people may not have seen Battle of Gods or Resurrection of F, what they're doing, you know, on a side note, it's pretty cool that they're going ahead to implement Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F as actual sagas, because that's gonna make, you know, possibly everyone to go on ahead and see those movies, because if you really want, I guess you can say, to follow up Super, you're going to see those movies because, you know, those movies are an actual sagas, so definitely people are going to see those movies for the people who haven't seen them, which I doubt there are that many, but ever since, you know, announcing Dragon Ball Super, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to do that. Now, what you said earlier about, you know, Super being not this dark, there is, I guess you can say, I have like sort of a, I mean, Beerus in Dragon Ball Super seems to be a lot more dark than when it was in Battle of Gods. I mean, you saw the scene where he slapped Bulma, they made it look like a lot more dramatic than what it was in the series, in the movie. I mean, what's your take on this?
I love what they're doing with Beerus, because up until Dragon Ball Super, everybody was just like, oh, well, he's a god of destruction. Oh, he's very petty. He gets mad over food. He loves food. You know, he wants to destroy a planet over food, and that's still the same case. But when people say Dragon Ball Super has no character development, that's not true. They're focusing all their character development so far through 8 episodes, 9 episodes, tomorrow, I guess, on Beerus, and I love what they're doing. And you're right, it's not, like I said, it's not a dark series overall so far, from what I can tell, but with Beerus, the tone changes. That's what they're doing. They're really trying to show you, yeah, they're trying to show you that this guy is not playing. He's a god of destruction. He will destroy your planet over some minor stuff. They're trying to show you, and they're changing up the soundtrack, and they're doing it perfectly. And then like I said back in the beginning of the video about them diversifying, they have Beerus going there like, okay, I'm gonna destroy your planet, I'm gonna destroy your solar system, and then 2 minutes later he's cheery over some food, and then he goes back to being dark. So
by the way, the last episode, episode 8 I believe was, wait, or 9 was the last, oh, episode 8, 9 airs tomorrow, right?
Yep.
So episode 8 I think was the first episode where I saw Beerus having a different side, being like a little bit more soft, because you saw Bulma kind of begging him not to blow up the planet because she's going to offer him some food. I don't know if you remember that scene. And he was like, okay, well, maybe I should give this a chance, you know, not blow up the Earth like now, this moment. So I think that was the first episode that we're sort of seeing the change of Beerus, because, I mean, let's be honest, in Battle of Gods, he was a lot different than what he was when he is in Super. I mean, you knew that he could blow up the planet, you know, at any given moment, but I guess in Super they really make him seem more ominous, I guess you can say, right? So now that you said Toei, what is your take on, you know, Beerus versus Super Saiyan 3 Goku and that animation that was, I believe, inexcusable to release an episode like that?
It's not an excuse, but the only thing you really can say is, hey, you know, it's just they don't really have time to produce it on a weekly basis. But that's not an excuse. That's true, that's not an excuse, and it is unexcusable, but that's the only thing you can really say about that. That was bad, and I just hope it doesn't happen too much more often. Dragon Ball Z had some moments like that, but maybe not exactly that bad.
Yeah, I've never seen any like animation in Dragon Ball Z this bad. I have seen some fan art, you know, of that certain moment, and they were like, you know, Dragon Ball Z 1996 and 2015, like seeing the transition and being like, you know, what the heck, what is wrong with that, you know? So
yeah.
Now
I don't think that'll happen again.
That is true. So, by the way, I've seen your video where you talked about Gohan, and I wanted to get into that a little bit about Gohan, because I'm a huge Gohan fan. And I would love to see this character, you know, have a comeback in Dragon Ball Super. I know a lot of people want to see Gohan come back. So what is your take on Gohan possibly having a bigger role in Dragon Ball Super? One that he could possibly be involved in the action and not being a side character. So what is your thoughts on that?
I think that Gohan, like, honestly, he should still be one of the strongest characters, and he is. But the problem with Gohan is not Gohan himself, it's how he's being written. I mean, I have a big video coming out pretty soon. I'm going to begin production on it, and I'm still doing my research. It's just about, essentially, why Gohan should never get weaker based on his mystic form. I mean, yeah, it's going to be out sometime in the next week. But pretty much, I mean, if you think about it, Gohan himself, mystic form, he should never get weaker, really, regardless of training or not. That's an unlocking of your potential. That's not, you know, something that you should have to train to maintain. The only reason you should get weaker is if you get old and you can't fight anymore. So I can understand, yeah, I can understand him getting outclassed, but not weaker to the point where, you know, Beerus can swing a fat Majin Buu. This guy's like made of jelly. He can swing him and, you know, knock him out. Like, that was just disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, in Battle of Gods, it was not like that. I mean, at least in Battle of Gods, he was able to grab him. At least
that was acceptable. Yeah, in Battle of Gods it was acceptable. And I'll tell you what, even in the chapter for Dragon Ball Super episode 3, like the manga chapter,
I haven't seen that, to be honest.
Oh, you haven't read it yet?
No, I don't want to spoil Dragon Ball Super, so I have not.
Well, no, the manga just it foreshadows what's going to happen in the next episode. So like, if you watch,
I think
the episode,
it also
like now,
goes on ahead to Champa a little bit. It revolves around him, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yeah, what it is that's, I mean, they're doing it a little bit differently. Champa is in it, but they haven't explained anything about him. They've only showed him, and they haven't really done anything. It's not really a spoiler to read the manga per se. It's just Toei is waiting to introduce Champa. They probably should have introduced him already. He's going to be coming pretty soon, though. They're just waiting.
So, I mean, what is your thoughts on... I mean, I'm going to go a little bit in Resurrection of F just for this once, but I really want to know your thoughts on just Frieza, you know, giving one blow and pretty much just killing Gohan.
No. I don't want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about that?
It's hard.
I just want to say that, you know, demonstrating Frieza's power like that, you know, on the main character, it was not how it should have happened, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just hard for me to just see the decline of Gohan, and that's why I'm making that video I'm talking about.
Because he had some cool moments in the movie, but you see that specific moment, and it ruins the whole character, in my opinion. And why it should have been Gohan? It could have at least been like Piccolo, someone else. Gohan is not supposed to be that weak, man. Frieza wasn't even like it wasn't even his first form. It was like,
you know why they did that though was Gohan was a Super Saiyan, so he was probably right about as strong as Goku was when he beat Frieza.
Yeah.
The reason that they did that is because Gohan was the only Saiyan there, and this is the reason why they wanted to show how much stronger Frieza has got it. Being in his first form, taking out a Super Saiyan in one punch, borderline killing him.
That's true. And I guess the one thing that really wanted to point out is how strong Frieza has become after training for only 4 months. And they actually, you know, demonstrated Frieza's power there.
First form, he doesn't have to transform or anything.
Yeah,
that's what they wanted to show.
So
I mean, that's how I feel about it. It's pretty crazy, but just be sure to check out that video, you and whoever else is watching this video. If you guys are on my channel, be sure to subscribe to Sam, my bad. Be sure to subscribe to him and his content.
Yeah,
his channel is awesome.
That goes for, you know, all of my subscribers. Definitely go ahead and subscribe to D-Free. DBZHD. He's a pretty cool content creator, I guess you can say. And, you know, subscribe to him. He's got some, you know, pretty awesome content. So thank you for joining me, D-Free DBZHD, to this video. I really enjoyed it. This was the first ever collab with me and you, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be more in the future. So, you have anything else to say before we exit the video?
Nope. You guys have a great day, and thanks for enjoying the video and checking it out. And like I said, if you guys are on my channel, be sure to check out Sam and his channel and his content. It's awesome. Hit him up with the subscribe and some likes.
That's great. So, well, I'm going to end this like I usually do. I don't know how you end it, so I'm going to end it, then I'll give you the chance to end it. I'm Sam Khan signing off. You guys, ciao, adios, goodbye.
And that's it for me, guys. See you in the next one. Deuces.